Good morning, everyone. How is everybody? I see Fantastic there. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Happy Saturday to you and yours. Got a nice little heat advisory blowing through the area today. So do what you can to stay inside, stay cool. Other than that, partly cloudy with a 10% chance of spotted showers. And other than that, we've got a map to make. Still in bed. Well, there is no place I would rather be. Restream messed up. What happened? Oh, is it not on? Are we not on Kick? Or is the title wrong? Let me see. Oh, yep. It did mess. Oh no, you know what? It didn't. It didn't mess up. I don't think. Saturday morning. There we go. All right. So while I do a little bit of housekeeping here. Pardon. Thank you, Chrysanth. Go and rename this on the fly. Alright. So how are my levels in it? Is everybody, is the music too loud? Am I too loud? Are we good? The title is, let's see. There we go. There we go. Yes, now we're cooking. Thank you, Chrysanth over in Kick, for the little boop emoji. By the way, speaking of Kick, we have subs active in Kick now, guys. That's awesome. And so, I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what that entails. I know we gotta come up with some emojis and stuff. And so I need to do a little bit of research into what sort of stuff we need to come out with to make people want to sub. Let me see. Hey, I just got a bunch of notifications with a bunch of people just subbing via Streamlabs. I know that didn't just happen, so I'm guessing that those are delayed. But Smooth DJ, Grape, Know Me Without You, JJ Knight, and Psychotic Mongoose all subscribed via Streamlabs with Twitch Prime. Awesome. History Eraser Button, what's up, buddy? See, here I am. The first 10 minutes of this stream is just me going through and fixing what I did not fix earlier. So, why did this not... There we go. Alright. There we go. Alright. So TikTok is good, and now I gotta do Twitch. Have you ever experienced heaven? Yeah. Last night, I had a lot of fun last night. During, Strange Aeons. That was... I would, be lying if I said that I wasn't under the influence of a little bit of alcohol. Because, I'd gone to Mexican, and you know Mexican restaurants, you get those gigantic beers. And of course, you can't stop with that. So I had a few more when I got home. Thank you for the sub history eraser button. You guys are all real pals, you know that? You real pals. Alright. I just got one more title to fix. There we are. All right. Title's fixed. We are moving and grooving. Nozaku boy, hello. Hello. Yeah, if I could stand any sort of hard alcohol, but I'm a big fat wuss when it comes to that kind of stuff, man, you know. So it was just beer. It was just beer. Let's see. Okay. Wait, gifties. Did you gift a bunch of subs, Chrysanth? It's not showing me that you gifted a bunch of subs. Oh, yes it is. No, you... Chrysanth. You spoil me, you know that? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're a lovely soul. I hope you know that. Hey, you know what's fun, Chrysanth? Is that whenever you go to the bathroom, you can just lift up you can go to the back of the toilet, take the lid off, and you pull up on the little plunger thing. And you can actually, you can hear, it's like a much deeper flush. It's very pleasing. But you just lift up on the little plunger thing and it flushes and it's beautiful. Alright. So. The rod connecting the handle to the plunger snapped. Oh. You know the way that things are built these days. Hello. Hello, this eccentric. How are you, buddy? You know the way that things are built these days. It makes me wonder if they even make those parts for that toilet anymore. Or if they're going to have you buy a new toilet. I just want to take a look at this map one more time. I'm going to open it up at high definition. Even though I've already put it up on I've already put it all the way up on Patreon. Second breakfast. That, my friend, is the way to do it. Ah, look at how nice that looks at a higher definition. It looks so much nicer. Beautiful. See, this looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. Even though we spent 3 weeks doing it. I'm pretty happy with it. Might need a new handle and a plunger. Yep. Well, you know what they say. Save big money at Menards. Eccentric, are you going to a D&D game or what's going on now? Yeah. It's that's why I always try to upload my maps in Patreon. I always try to upload them at least a 3K resolution. Sometimes the file sizes are a little big, but I try to upload them at a 3K resolution and then put them on there in a WebP format, because that'll open up. That's pretty lossless. So you should be able to download them, still have them in a pretty low file size, and you can use them in your VTTs and stuff like that. Because a lot of VTTs, I think, Fantasy Grounds actually is not bad about it. Like you can do a lot on Fantasy Grounds, even though I prefer Foundry because it feels a little bit smoother. But Fantasy Grounds, for whatever reason, you have I think it's a 2 megabyte limit for file sizes. So believe it or not, there is a method to my madness. So, let's see. What should be our map today? You know what I should do? I need to come up with this stuff beforehand. Just have like a couple of categories. Being like, okay, this is what we're working with. These are the categories we're working with. And then have you guys vote on what map we make. Wilson, the unauthorized biography of Tom Hanks. Hello. How's it going, buddy? There we are. All right. The blank canvas. All of the possibilities. All right. So, I want to be honest with you. With my unfortunate reaction to alcohol the night before, my mind is muddy. And so, I just need a suggestion or two from you guys. What would you like to see? I think we're going to stick with kind of the fantasy. Have I done a bandit camp or something similar? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. Okay, so we can do a bandit camp. Let me follow up with a couple of questions. What season is it? And this bandit camp, how many bandits live in this bandit camp? Oh, an Aboleth layer too. Okay. Oh, man. Dogs are playing. Get her. Yes. Alright, so I got Bandit Camp and I got Aboleth Lair. Here, let me go on here real quick and see what we got here. Okay. I don't know why it says my connection is poor for some reason. I have no idea why. My answer for you, Wilson, the unauthorized biography of Tom Hanks, is I mean, there's no other explanation as to why she stumbled. It is always the mossy rock. As when someone stumbles, I'm always involved. Or at least my namesake. As I am the essence, at least when it comes to tabletop role-playing games, of failure. Alright. You know what I need to do? Let's see. Alright, so I'll tell you what. Let me see here. I'm gonna try to. I've never done a poll before on here, so I'm gonna do this. We're gonna have you guys vote on what we do here. Alright, so I got 2 suggestions so far. Poll time. Oh, well, here, there you go. You're fantastic comes with the concession. Alright, cool beans. So, I guess, sounds like Aboleth Lair is probably... Let's see. Alright, we might have our answer, ladies and gentlemen. We got 67% for the Aboleth Lair, 33% for the Bandit Camp. Let's, can I do that same thing in Kick? I'm learning things, guys. I'm learning how to do these things. And so I'm going to head on over to Kick real quick. And see if I can throw up a poll here, too. Maybe not. I might not be able to do that. But we'll see. Maybe not. Okay. Hello, Biggles. Alright, we got 7 votes. Aboleth Lair at 71%, Bandit Camp at 29%. I think we're gonna go ahead and end the poll there. And the Aboleth Lair wins. So, let's do the Aboleth Lair. And now, bear with me as I pull out my handy-dandy resource. I have used an Aboleth in a game before. And it almost killed the party. I think they were level... I think they were 5th level at the time. So that was fun. That was really fun. But let's take a look at an Aboleth's Lair. Let's see. An Aboleth's Lair in subterranean lakes or the rocky depths of the ocean, often surrounded by the ruins of an ancient fallen Aboleth city. An Aboleth spends most of his existence underwater, surfacing occasionally to treat with visitors or deranged worshippers. Let's see. Talk about lair actions. When fighting inside its lair, an Aboleth can invoke the ambient magic to take lair actions. On initiative count 20, yada yada yada. Aboleth casts Phantasmal Force, no components required, on any number of creatures it can see within 60 feet of it. While maintaining concentration on this effect, the Aboleth can't take other lair actions. If a target succeeds a saving throw, or if the effect ends for it, the target is immune to the Aboleth's Phantasmal Force. Lair action for the next 24 hours. Okay. Pools of water within 90 feet of the Aboleth surge outward in a grasping tide. Any creature on the ground within 20 feet of the pool must succeed on a DC 14 strength saving throw or be pulled up to 20 feet into the water and knocked prone. The Aboleth can't use lair actions again until it has used a different one. Or can't use this lair action again, sorry. Water in the lair action, or water in the Aboleth's lair magically becomes a conduit for the creature's rage. The Aboleth can target any number of creatures it can see within it, within 90 feet of it. A target must succeed a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw, or take 2d6 psychic damage. Let's see, regional effects. Underground surfaces within 1 mile of the Aboleth's lair are slimy and wet and are difficult terrain. Water sources within 1 mile of the lair are supernaturally fouled. Enemies of the Aboleth that drink such water vomit within minutes. As an action, the Aboleth can create an illusory image of itself within 1 mile of the lair. The copy can appear in any location the Aboleth has seen before, or in any location a creature charmed by the Aboleth can currently see. Once created, the image can last for as long as the Aboleth maintains concentration, as if concentrating on a spell. Okay. So, with all of that said, I think... Let's see. Biggles, I think I know exactly why you're excited, and let me tell you something. I, too, am excited. I don't know if we've announced anything yet on why we're excited. Which I'm, if you go back and you watch other streams, I'm pretty sure you could probably take a guess. But all right, so the Aboleth lair. Let's see. So this is definitely going to be. I'm thinking. So here's a question for you guys. See, in my mind, I'm immediately going back to the method in which I used my other Aboleth. And that Aboleth was in the center of an underground lake beneath a mountain. It was discovered by slaves of a mining company. Now, I might have taken a little bit of creative liberty with my Aboleth when I did so, because these slaves of this mining company, at least when they were underground, the ones who had seen the Aboleth had become more or less possessed or entranced, aka charmed by it. And so there was just this army of people who just walked into the Aboleth's lair, walked back out, and would go up to the other slaves and just be like, "Hey, you should go down there and check out this pool that we found." And innocent people would just walk down there and get charmed. And so, as a result, a ton of people got charmed by this Aboleth. A ton of them. Let's see. Oh, fantastic. Yes. Yes, a new game is coming. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. I won't say too much about it, but JJ will be at the helm. And I have not played this game, so I am very excited for it. A lot of people I have heard say many, many things. Yes, I am teasing you with game news. I'm not going to say too much because I don't really know if it's super important that I keep it on the DL, you know, on the down low. But, all right, History, you have fun at your game, my friend. Thanks for popping in. Good, I'm probably going to need the help, Biggles. Thank you, Chrysant. That means a lot. Yeah, this next one's probably going to be a little bit more lighthearted. To your point, Chrysant. I had thought about, like, man, I want to try a lighthearted game too. Because I don't want to have the expectation that people, like, you know, oh, you got to take this one seriously. You got to take it super seriously. I think the Middle-earth setting just kind of lends to that. So the setting is really helping me with Fear of Ages Past. Keep it kind of serious. But half-submerged coastal ruins. Okay. A mediocre player who likes to cause chaos. You know what, fantastic? I will let you know. I don't know what all JJ has planned. All I know is that we are in talks currently. You just cracked out of your mind. Alright. Half-submerged coastal ruins. I like that. Let's see. Okay, so... let me see what we can do here. Okay, overlays. Okay, so we need some water. Water. Okay, so this is probably going to take some creative liberty because we want to make sure that it's oily and murky water. I kind of like that. That's kind of nice. Okay, so if we're doing shore, let's pull up some water. Let's see, what does this look like? See, that doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't look like ocean water. But could we get it to look like ocean water? That is the question. Okay. Okay. See, that's sewer water. I don't know if I want to do sewer water, though. Yeah, the remix is pretty cool, Chrysanth. I'm just hoping that I found it and it's different enough from the original soundtrack that I'm really hoping that it doesn't that it doesn't screw anything up. But this is on another YouTube channel, so I assume that I assume it'll be fine. But it's actually on a YouTube channel called Ambient World Films, which I really love this channel. It's great. So if you haven't checked them out, you definitely should. For all of your ambient music needs. Let me check something real quick because I think, if I remember correctly, there's like an oily... Oh, yeah. Okay, okay. I think that's what we're going to use here. I like that one a lot more. So there's this oily texture that we're going to have here. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to reset this to original, to the initial state, and then we're going to come back in. We got to have a little bit of shoreline for the party to kind of approach the area. I'm not 100% sold on... I'm not 100% sold on that beach texture, so... Let's see. It's red sand. Beige sand. Hello, 4D Viking. How are you? There's a lot of Zen garden stuff here. Let's, you know what? I'm going to do top down. Oh, see, now that's a little bit too much. So we're going to get rid of that. We're definitely going to need to... So we're going to do the whole map in this real quick. We're just going to do all of it. And then I think we're going to come... here. And we're going to do probably... 70% opacity coming down here. Let's see. It's 45 degrees where you're at? That's insane, dude. Okay. I wonder, actually. Oh, that's so big. Ooh, ice cream sounds good today. I don't even know what temperature it is here right now. Let's see. I think. Oh, it's 83 degrees here too. Look at that. No shadow for that. And I think, well, actually. Yeah, let's put a blur on that. We are going to go ahead and put a shadow default. We're going to put a blur on this too. Let's take... let's do this. Let's see. Let's put this grid on. Make it nice and equidistant. Oh, it's only supposed to get to 105 today. Oh man, Crescent, that is bold. That's bold. Tempted to mow the lawn because it needs it, but I'm off next Friday, so I'll just wait. That is a bold choice. Waiting a week? Let's see. I'm trying to think. Do we? See, we've got. I'm trying to think if we've got any more federal holidays. coming up. I think, let's see. Yeah, other than the 4th of July. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to mow either. Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. Why isn't Chrysanthemum mod? I will tell you that I just want to give Chrysanthemum a break. She mods all over the place, man. She is always doing something. People lay all this responsibility at Chrysanth's feet, and you know, I just feel like Chrysanth probably wants a break, you know? Friendly suggestion, if it's a mine, have a large vein of precious metal to draw the miners in, but surprise, monster. So I think what we're doing here is it's kind of like shoreline ruins. And I'm starting to wonder, like, do we want to have the ruins kind of like poking up out of the water? Put Chrysanth to work. No, I think unless Chrysanth wants to mod this channel, I'm not gonna lay that down. I'm not gonna lay that on her. Yeah, I could mod you, Nomi. How's that? How's that sound? Oh, that's regional. We don't want regional. Pavement. I like how I'm just using modding somebody as a threat right now. Yeah, I'll mod you if you don't watch it. Later, Eccentric. Have fun. Let me change this up here. Is that wood? There's wood in there too. I don't want wood. Yeah, we're gonna undo all that here. Let's go back to... I clicked too much. There we go. Biggles was a bouncer? All right, Wilson. If you have to go, you gotta go. All right, have a good one, man. Where were you a bouncer at, Biggles? This is a bit of Biggles trivia that I was not aware of. I have to know. Ooh. Well, hello, Nagranol. How are you, buddy? Good to see ya. The Pink Pony Club. Don't you be bringing Chapel Roan in here. Freaking weird. Chapel Roan's actually from kind of sort of nearby in my area, and I'm like, weird. A coworker of mine was telling me all about the lore of the Pink Pony Club. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, let's see. Oh, we need to, do we need to edge this a little bit closer to the pillars? I think so. I think so. So, let's see. This here needs to go. Probably, let's see where the pillars originate. In this square here. So we need to... Oh, yeah. So, oh my god. You know, now I'm kind of ashamed that I know it. Because my coworker was telling me about it, and I'm like, I'm just kind of nodding along. Yeah. But apparently, according to my coworker, Chapel Roan is from kind of an area that's relatively near me. And if you know where I'm located, it's not like, it's not unfriendly to gay people. There's plenty of gay people around. Nobody really gives a shit. But according to Chapel Roan, where she grew up was not friendly to gay people, and so she like moved out to California and started going to this gay bar called the Pink Pony Club, and there was like drag queens and shit there, and she was like apparently really liked the way that drag queens presented themselves for some reason. Yeah, and that gay bar was called the Pink Pony Club, where she started dressing in quote-unquote drag. Oh, sorry. I didn't read your thing until now. You don't have bouncers in the bars where I live. We just have patrons who don't tolerate stupid people. I've seen people thrown out by 20 Midwest hillbillies. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Fantastic. Like, we don't really have bouncers at any of the bars that we have. We don't have really clubs necessarily. Did I just ruin that song for you, Nomi? Were you a fan of that song? I think these pillars and things need to be bigger. I kind of think they need to be bigger. You don't like her in that song. Okay, good. I'm a bit of a stickler when it comes to, like, music or the stuff that I guess counts as music now. Oh, that's... See, there's a little bit of vindication there. A little bit of closure there, Biggles. That's fun. I like that. I'm scaling these up just a tad, I think. Okay. These broken pillars, let's see. Okay, there's these. So we're gonna take all of these and size them up too, just to make it all. Because we gotta have everything uniform here. As you guys may remember from my last several streams, I have troubles keeping things at scale. Even though this is making very little difference, I also don't necessarily want all of these assets being like too small, because then the map becomes too big. And we kind of want to make sure that it's like, we want to keep it concise enough to where it doesn't become like regional and the battlefield is too big. Just simply because it's like, you know, it just makes it to where, like, you know, you've got the party all grouped up, and you know how, I mean, it always works out this way. The party is always grouped up on one thing, and it makes the rest of the map kind of useless. Holy smokes, Biggles. Wow, she got the shaft on that one, man. That's crazy. That is insane. Wow. I need stairs going the long ways. And the only stairs they have going long ways are like temple stairs, like jungle stairs. And I suppose I could. There, let's do, so we're gonna. So we're gonna resize this. Down to 30, which is pretty close to where our boundary is, and then we're going to do the same thing over here. That's on 0. We're going to blur that. We're going to bring the opacity down just a little bit, and then I think what we need to do is we are going to gray them out. There we go. That way they don't look quite so jungly. The nicest asshole shirt. I like it. On her third marriage now with a third baby daddy. Yeah, you know, it do be like that sometimes. It do be like that sometimes. Let's see. Take this. And I think we're just going to stop short here because what I want to try to communicate is we're just going to have some sand. We're going to have some sand covering the edges here. I'm going to put this on the top layer here, and we're just going to kind of cover up the edges just a little bit. Oh, you know what I could do, actually? Here. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. What I'm going to do with these, actually... Here, let's get rid of that. And I'm going to make sure that I do it correctly. All right, and then, let's see. Why is this not blurred? This should be blurred. Oh, that's why, because the blur radius is way down. Bring that down to a solid 6. I think that'll work. That'll work. Yeah, and then we're gonna flatten this to the background. And then, so that way we're not putting sand over the top of everything. Oh. There we go. I just want to make sure that we've got some good old variation here. We're just going to put some little tufts of sand over the top of it. Let's bring that opacity down again. I think we probably need to come up and put some sand, put some more sand here. Let's see. Yes, I suppose you did, Biggles. You did luck out on that one, because that sounds like a freaking mess. Ugh. I think I mean, let's be honest. We've all got history with somebody who is similar. I don't know if I've got a ex who's actually like that, because that's an ordeal. But we all definitely have people that we are super glad that we didn't end up with after seeing them later on. Paul, what's going on, buddy? How's it going? I think sand would definitely gather kind of around, well, let's see. I'm trying to think here. How would sand behave? I'm thinking sand would kind of like gather behind these pillars and such. Like, I don't want to, because I don't want to do too much, because I'm going to put water over the top of it. Practicing knife sharpening. There you go. I think there should definitely be kind of a more distinct water line up here. I think the water line's going to be kind of like right around here. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Should the whole thing be underwater? I don't wonder if the whole thing just needs to be underwater. Whew. Yeah, Biggles, it's good that that one ended while while it was still early. That's definitely something you don't want to deal with later on. That's... okay. I think maybe... let's see. Yeah, we're just gonna let's just we're gonna get rid of that. What? Okay, let's see. Perhaps I need to switch to this channel here for the background music, because this seems to be rather popular. You dated a girl who spent time in a psychiatric level of the hospital? Yep, that Did she spend time in a psychiatric level of a hospital before or after you dated her? Let's see. It'd be cool if I had... Ooh, wait a minute. I have an idea, but I don't know how well it's going to work. Oh, I should have, here. There we go. That's better. I might need to switch these around. Let's oh no. Doesn't look quite right. Let's see. How can I remedy this? Because I don't think it needs to go... Maybe the angles are just wild. Oh, okay. Okay. Bad reaction and anxiety meds, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, honestly, everybody's got their own opinions on it. I personally have never had to take like any sort of SSRIs or anything like that, so I tend to be skeptical as to how necessary they actually are. You know what I mean? Like, it seems to me people who suffer from like a lot of anxiety, it seems to me most of them they get prescribed it, that probably just need to find an outlet. Because we're such as a society, we're so overprescribed now. You know what I mean? It's just, everybody's always on something. And that's not the way that people are supposed to be functioning. People are not supposed to be functioning under the influence of, well, I mean, for lack of a better term, chemicals all the time. You know? It can be beneficial to an extent in times of abnormality, but just to function on a day-to-day level, there's got to be some other method to healing someone than just putting them on meds forever. Well, yeah, exactly, Chrysanth. Messing with neurotransmitters and heck, even hormones can seriously mess you up because you never really know what else those things can regulate. Yeah, that's why, like, you know, That's why I'm against birth control. Largely. See, there you go, Paul. Yeah, use TTRPGs, guns, hunting, and a few other hobbies as outlets. Yeah. She had bad social issues and needed something. There were times she was right there in the center of the party where she was in the corner crying for no reason. I don't know, man. I'm not a doctor, but I mean, I don't know, and you might be right. Maybe that is something that she needed. But I'm just speaking in generalities. There's always exceptions to the rule, you know. It just seems to me that probably a majority of people who are on those things don't actually need it. People are overworked. Like, I say people are overworked. Let me clarify my position here. I don't know if people are overworked. They are overstressed thanks to aspects of our society. Like, I was talking to some friends of mine yesterday, and they were talking about this show called Alone, I think is what it's called. And he was saying that, like, there's this guy on this show, and basically the whole premise of this show is that you, like, the person goes out into the wild and survives for, 100 days or as long as possible or something like that. It sounded like a really good show. I need to watch it. But one of the guys who was on there, he was telling me that I guess he was on Joe Rogan or something like that, and he was talking about how he spent time in, I think it was Mongolia, in a small village where they didn't have any electricity. They farmed all of their food and all that stuff, and the happiest people you will ever meet. Like, they didn't have power, they didn't have refrigeration, they didn't have air conditioning, they didn't have any of this stuff, and they were just as happy as could be. And there was a town like 50 miles away where they had all that stuff. They had refrigeration, they had electricity, they had, basically anything that modern society had, and the alcoholism rate was way up. The self-deletion rate was way up. All of that stuff. I mean, modern society does something to people's brains that I don't really think it's been properly studied, to be quite honest with you. Like, unless I'm just unaware of what it does. People weren't built for modern society. I mean, it's still new, Like, we've only had this for, industrialized society for what? Industrialized society for just a couple of 100 years. And especially now in the information age, where you're just bombarded with everything all at once. I mean, human brain, you can't the human brain has a hard time handling that much input and doesn't really know what to do with it all. Yeah, exactly, Chrysanth. Yeah. Like, I hate cutting grass. I freaking hate it. But I always feel good afterwards. Or after you lift weights. I mean, you might be sore, but you feel good. You feel really good afterwards. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like people get all this input all at once, and it's nothing but a constant stream of dopamine and endorphins. And, when they have any sort, it keeps them alive and kills them at the same time, All right, later, Biggles. I will miss you too, my friend. Yeah, people don't know what to do if they don't have their constant stream of dopamine. And that's all it is. Like, you scroll through YouTube Shorts. I mean, that's just a constant stream of dopamine hits. It's crazy. Like, I was thinking about, you know, we were watching The Patriot over in Sevy's channel the other day, or not the other day, a couple weeks ago. And, like, they were talking about going to town, and it probably took them the better part of half of a day to go, you know, what, 10 miles to town? And it was such a reward to go to town. You dressed up. You put on all of your nicest clothes just to go to town. And now it's just like, oh, I need to run to Walmart real quick and grab a gallon of milk because I'm out. I forgot that I needed milk. So I'm just going to go to Walmart in my sweatpants and completely isolate myself. I'm going to put headphones in. I'm just going to walk around Walmart, go get my milk, and then come home and then hop back on the computer. And I'm just as guilty of this as anybody. Like, I'm worse than a lot of people about doing that kind of stuff. I don't wear sweatpants to Walmart. I won't do that. I'll put on a pair of jeans. But yeah, I mean, well, yeah, fantastic. Yeah. I mean, shorts do make people happy. It's, you know, I'm not saying it's like all bad. It's not all bad. But what I'm getting at is, like, it all has, there's always negatives that come with the positives. I don't know that there was anything that really, I don't know that there's anything created by man that is 100% good. That's why I say, like, you know, I don't give a if I step out of my house with messy bun, runner shorts, oversized shirt, and Birks. I don't even know what Birks are. That's a girl thing. I mean, no. I mean, I'm not saying that's all bad. You know, there's good aspects to to the way that society runs now. But I guess my whole point is people don't appreciate things like they used to. Like, what's an occasion that people get dressed up for nowadays? Work. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like work and maybe like a dinner party or something. I don't know. Oh, Birkenstocks. Okay. Yeah, people forgot about moderation. Yeah, there's no such thing as, like, instant gratification is the name of the game now, for sure. See, I really want to try to do this right, okay? See, this tool that you just hold control and it helps you draw a straight line is phenomenal. I love it. I love it. I don't know there's a way we're going to do that. Portals. I'm wondering what is the best way to do this, I wonder. Because I know what I want to do. Ooh, that sounds good, Nomi. A breakfast burrito. Whew. Like, I feel like I need to go at an angle. Oh, here's where I think this might be where I went wrong here. So I'm gonna go. One, two, three. Does that look about right? There we go. All right, I think it's coming together here. There we go. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can tell what I'm trying to do here. Maybe not. My thought is I kind of wanted to try to make an amphitheater. Man, that's like the I'm gonna throw this track on for every stream then. This is popular. Oh. I want to try. Let's see if I can make a stage. Find the correct oh yeah, this is honestly I enjoy listening to this music, but I gotta tell you, this is nowhere near what I normally listen to. Find the stage floor here. Let's see. How many sides would this have? I think this would just have... Hey, Clueless. How's it going, man? Let's see. What is an espresso? Almond milk brown sugar latte. Oh my god, bougie. Yeah. See, Nagranol, you're in the same realm as I am. Like, this is definitely not Rammstein. I'm sorry, Stein. Rammstein. Du hast nicht. Alright. So, here, I tell you what. Daddy's got to go drain the dragon real quick. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Yes, this is definitely the Moscow's pee stream. I've spent basically the entire stream peeing. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna make kind of like, I guess. Here, let me look at something real quick. Well, now I'm starting to wonder, should I just make it well, I mean, the whole map. If I'm looking at these pictures of these ancient amphitheaters. Whoa, what is this? Whoa, dog, that's crazy. I feel like the whole amphitheater would need to be a map in itself, honestly. If I'm gonna model it after all of these ancient ones here. And I guess it doesn't have to be that big, but still, I mean, you know, I want to come at it with some semblance of realism, you know? An amphitheater. Yes, yes, yes. So basically the idea behind this is it's clueless, just to clue you in. The idea behind this is that this is going to be a kind of a shoreline ruin where an aboleth lives. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hopefully this just being the Shire theme does not get this stream nuked at some point. I think it should be all right, but we'll see. It's different enough, but we shall see. So basically what I'm doing here is this map I think is going to be underwater. And so I'm going to put like an oily film. An apple-lith. Yes. Let's see. I'm gonna save this real quick. Coastal aboleth. I spell that right? It's aboleth, right? Yeah. Like, I don't know if I'll ever be... It's these more complex shapes that I don't think I'll ever be satisfied with. There's all kinds of cool stuff, though. Like, if you just look up pictures of ancient amphitheaters. They're super cool. Golly. It's crazy to think that the things that humans are capable of. Yeah. Yeah, I did go this long without without saving. I'm winning, Dad. Hello, Dr. Lion of I don't know how to say that. Kamara? Dr. Lion. I'm going to call you Dr. Lion. Hello, Dr. Lion. How are you? Okay. I think the angles are a little off on these, but, you know, I think if I fill it up with rubble, which we're going to have to, because these are ruins again. How did you know I was hungover? I'm actually not doing too bad right now. I'm not really that hungover right now. Although, the light from my camera and the brightness for my screens here is really just blasting my face. Getting blasted with light here. Pronounce it like your heart tells you. Komare. There you go. That's what how I'm gonna pronounce it. Dr. Lion of Komare. Not really. I'm not really that hungover. I actually feel pretty good. But I definitely can tell that I've had a few beers the night before. Let's see. No. Let's see what we need to do. Do we want to add more? I kind of feel like we need to add more lines. Strange Aeons last night was nothing but utter failures on my part. I just failed and failed. And failed. What? Wait, Sweep, you did NSFW, Moss, and Erudite drawings? I don't know if I want to see that. Oh, we're both hungover. Nice, a new Lancer campaign. I'm not 100% I'm not familiar with that. See, that looks much better. Here, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh my goodness. See, this is where this gets me. I do something well once and I want to undo everything else that I've done. So that way I can do it. I can do what I actually need to do better. There. Although, I feel like... Do I need to come up? I feel like I need to come up a little bit. That way the stage is more completely encompassed. Let's see. Lancer is a mecha TTRPG by the creator of Kill 6 Billion Demons. Amazing art and lore writing, and you pilot giant robots to fight Nazis and Godzillas and to spread and project fully automated luxury gay space communism. Oh, honestly, you know, Dr. Lion, I have no idea what the message limit is. I think Streamlabs just does that automatically. If you don't mind being lambasted by Streamlabs, you can send as long of messages as you want. When I wasn't here last week, every time I wake up hungover, I turn over in bed and Moss is on every Saturday. I'm glad to be there for you in your time of need, Sweep. Whenever you weren't here, Erudite rolled a random notice for you on a room and got like a 30. The dice just kept exploding. I'm supposed to be... I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know... There's not been a campaign that I've played in that I've actually, you know, rolled relatively well. Except last week during Call of Cthulhu with the hands, the severed hands. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I rolled pretty well with those. For the most part. The only reason that I didn't get more successes on that is because, Clay and India are both just borderline godlike at hand-to-hand combat. Pretty much, yeah, Sweep. Yeah, where all the players are too strong to die. Yeah. I have successfully killed one, but I'm not gonna give anything away. But shit's about to get real on there, okay? As if it hasn't been real enough already. The problem is like some players, and I'm not gonna name any names, okay? But I think you know who I'm talking about. Some players are very, very, very attached to their characters. And will not engage in certain things if it means their characters are going to die. I am not like, or if it means that their characters have a possibility of dying. I'm not that type of player. Like, it's not that I don't care. It's not that I don't care if my character dies. But like it's just more fun for me. Paul, you said it, not me. You said it, not me. It's just, yeah. I like to just go head first in there, and like last night on Strange Aeons, for example, I crit failed and something bad happened, so I fell into that room that was full of magical darkness that I couldn't do anything about. And I hear this ghost kid talking. I'm just like, well, I'm just going to antagonize it, you know? Because why not? Because it's fun. And when one player screws up or one character screws up, it's fun for everybody. Usually, unless they do something just stupid. Like I don't go out of my way to do stupid things necessarily. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Sweep. You're right. You don't want many stream players to die. And I'm like, so, and I know I've talked about this on the stream before, but I don't want characters to die unceremoniously. Like if any characters are going to die, I would want those characters to have been doing something that is, you know, cinematic or to a point where it feels appropriate for a character to die. Like I'm not going to present a situation where it's like, you know, somebody gets hit by a car and dies just trying to cross the street to get to the restaurant across the street from the hotel. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, no, Zaku boy. Yeah, you that's also true. Yeah. You don't really want to know what happens when you survive either. Like I played a Call of Cthulhu, quote unquote. I called it a campaign. It was like probably 6 sessions or whatever. Completely, it was just kind of written by a buddy of mine, and we just played through it and everything. And it drove my character to the point where he had to choose between this book and the life of his buddy, and he chose the book. And he survived. He ended up killing his friend, and chose the book, and basically ended up like the last thing that I know about that character as a player is that he was absorbed into a cult, half mad, because of a book. One every 9 months seems perfect. Every NPC's like, mummy buddy, eat the chat heart. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You can't really win in a horror game. You're not supposed to win in a horror game. You gotta get just the right distance here. I can pick this one up and move it, I think. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. I clicked a button at the wrong time. You feel the Call of Cthulhu game has ruined you if you go watch another now? What is that? What do you mean? Is it because it's so freaking good you can't stand to watch a different one? Oh, yeah. No, they will be. Actually, let's do, nope, stairs, not stars, stairs. Yeah, no, if they, if these characters die, you know, I was very, very generous when, not to, you know, pat myself on the back too hard, but I was pretty generous when JT created his character. As far as, you know, what I would allow him to do as far as, like, skill points and stuff like that. Where's the shadow? Hmm. I feel like you'd play a pastor that knew a lot like JT did, but a good guy version. Yeah. A Catholic priest that used to do action. Ooh, that'd be a good character. That would be a really good character. Oh. There we are. All right. Gotcha. See, that just kind of looks funny. I mean, maybe it'll look better later on, but it looks like it's going up. That's weird. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Nozaku Ward, to your point, like, there is... I had to do a little bit of research into, like, gun laws and stuff like that in those countries. And it turns out where they are at is relatively loose with it. But I think... Now, she hasn't... Like, they haven't actually gone and searched for firearms too much. And what access to firearms that I have, like, given to them has been, you know, more or less built into the module. So, like, for example, when they were in Trieste, I think was it Trieste? I think it was Trieste. Like, there's certain things written into the module where it's like, oh, and in this room there is there's a lockbox or a safe with, you know, X number of 30-06 rifles, or, you know, what have you. And then she's got mob connections, you know. And it just kind of makes sense, but I've tried not to. And the thing is, it's like I'm trying to balance what they've been given, because in the character creation stream they all got special items and stuff. And Nomi actually doesn't really use hers. I keep forgetting that she's got it too. Yeah, well, and that's the thing, Nozaku. Like I've tried to communicate, and I've actually talked to them, outside of the stream, where it would be like, by the way, like carrying rifles under a trench coat is a little bit sus. Like it's you just can't do it. Most people just can't do it. But at best case scenario, I'm gonna need like a stealth check or something to see if you can actually successfully hide it. And most of the time, I mean, they just won't even bother. Now, I could say, what I could say is that I could tell them that, oh, well, I could go against what the laws at the time were. Maybe not against, but there isn't really a whole lot of information on what the laws at the time were. But once you get closer to Eastern Europe, the gun laws are a little bit more lax. You'd still probably get stopped if you had guns of that caliber, so to speak, if you were carrying them around openly. Especially with the way that some of those countries were, there was a lot of turmoil going on in those countries, especially with the rise of communism and all that stuff. But at the same time, I'm also kind of like, how much do I want to slow down the game to tell them, like, okay, well, you need to go and see if you can find a person that will introduce you to this person who can get you a permit to carry this firearm openly. And there's also the aspect of, during character creation, the chat was kind enough to donate enough to where everybody got just a ton of points, especially Sevi, since she somehow won the lottery for all those skill points, and so she's got a ton of skills that are just way off the charts. But she also got a signet ring for her crime family, and considering it's something that the chat paid for, like, I don't want to hamper her in using it too much. So I like Luckybus, yeah. I'm just not. Honestly, it's a balancing act that I just don't know. It's not super realistic. I understand, that somebody might have ties to the Italian mob somewhere in Bulgaria that would be able to get them an automatic rifle. Perhaps I could be a little bit more creative with it, admittedly. But honestly, they haven't actually sought out the help of the Italian mob in a while. But I will tell you this much, as far as it being anachronistic, I did look a little bit into the Italian mob in Chicago to make sure that it made some semblance of sense.
to have that be the case before we started. And then, you know, there was the like the Italian mob was definitely present in Chicago at that time. So yeah, no, I definitely see where you're coming from there. Like, I definitely think that, you know, trust me, like, when I say this, I'm a harsher critique on myself in all these games than anybody in the chat has been. Like, I go back and I look at things that I did over the course of a game, and I'm just like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have done the other thing, I shouldn't have allowed this, you know, because you know, I do want it to be a challenge, and I do want I want players and characters to be quote unquote fragile, you know, because that's what the system's about. Like, your normal people, you're supposed to be fragile. And I think that'll be communicated relatively well coming up. But as far as their access to, like, you know, and I've been tossing this around for a while, because it's like, you know, I could just go in with the assumption, and maybe I'll make this clear to everybody before we play next time, this coming Monday. But maybe, you know, it's safe going in with the assumption that maybe you have a holdout pistol on you, but you're gonna have to tell me if you're carrying something else, and then we're gonna have to make the appropriate checks to see, you know, do you want to hide it, and if you do, you're gonna have to make a check to do so. Yeah, prohibition is what helped lead to the power of the Italian mob. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Nozaku boy. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think that your critique, if you consider it a critique, is definitely valid. So yeah, I will try and I'll try and make sure that they explain, you know, what exactly it is that they have with them. Going forward, because I have thought that many times. Like, you just have that rifle with you? That doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you have that rifle with you at this point in time? Well, I always have it on me. How? But at the same time, like, you know, I'm not sitting at a table. You know, we're on stream live, and it doesn't really... It's not really conducive to a good stream if I sit there and argue with somebody about, you know, how you have this rifle with you at a time when realistically somebody wouldn't necessarily have a rifle with them, especially hidden. Like, you can't hold away a rifle. Yeah, especially in Europe. Like, France and Italy were very, very harsh with guns. But we're not in France and Italy anymore. Like, now we're in Bulgaria now. So, here, let me... Bulgarian gun laws, 1920s. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, see, these are modern. Let's see if the AI... In the 1920s, Bulgaria's gun laws were influenced by its political situation and military needs following World War I. The country maintained a military-oriented approach to firearms regulation with restrictions on certain types of weapons and a focus on controlling military equipment. So, yeah, so if somebody had, like, a Tommy gun, then, yeah, that would definitely be confiscated. The only thing is, they've got a major in the police who is on their side. And I did try to disarm them last week, you'll remember. I did try to disarm them, but they were able to talk themselves out of being disarmed for the most part. Yeah. You know, I think that, to your point, Nozaku, I think that Call of Cthulhu is definitely one of those games where you really have to immerse yourself in the system in order to get full enjoyment out of it. Like, you can't go in... Like, to really enjoy it, I don't think you can go in expecting to kill every single monster and entity that you come across. I really don't think you can. Yeah, you can't conceal a full-size bolt-action rifle. Now, they could cut down the barrel and stock, make it easier to conceal. But unless you have the front sight reattached, then you lose a lot of accuracy. Right. Right. And I'm not much of a, I'm not a min-maxer by any stretch of the imagination. And so I could honestly, I don't really care as much about how strong my character is unless everybody else is a min-maxer. And if everybody else is a min-maxer, well then, you know, I've got, you know, I'm just not going to have any fun if I'm not doing anything while everybody else is doing everything. Does that say thick? trying to get this all in line with. Let's see. Let's... think, I'm gonna have to figure this out. Definitely gonna have to figure this out. Because the shape here is gonna give me all kinds of trouble. And so I don't know if I want to do like a stage or not. I could just have kind of just like a, you know, maybe not a formal stage. It'll be just like a flattened area of that kind of comes down and flattens out in the middle. But I think, man, I feel like I look back at what we've done, and honestly, I spent most of today's stream talking. So, with all of that being said, I think we're gonna call the stream there. I've got some stuff I need to get done today. I was gonna say something. I can't remember what it was. What was I gonna say? So for those of you who don't know, I changed up the. Well, I don't know if I changed it up. But this week's episode of Fear of Ages Past was actually it's actually the combination of all three of the previous episodes just kind of smashed together into one episode. So if you all haven't seen the last three episodes, the giant battle at Rath Sareg, and you just want to throw on one episode and just listen to it for the entire 4 hours, it's there for you. And I did that partially because, you know, I feel like sometimes people like to absorb media in that manner. They just want to do it all at once, and they don't like cliffhangers or interruptions or anything. Where was I going with that? Yeah, that's part of the reason. The other reason is I don't know if we're going to be able to record this weekend. I still need to confirm some things on my end. We should be okay, but I wanted to make sure that we had a little bit of buffer room as well. So we got two birds with one stone, and throwing that up there. So if you haven't seen that battle, it's pretty good. And I, you know, not to pat myself too much on the back or anything like that, but I spent several weeks trying to figure out how exactly I wanted that all to go together. How I wanted to communicate that this was a big, giant battle that's going. It's not huge, but it's a big battle going on. There's a lot of stuff going on around the party, as well as giving the party their kind of own isolated battle to let them shine as well, and still feel like they're part of something that's going on that is a lot bigger than what they're taking part in currently. And I think I did that. I think it worked out pretty well. It might need a little bit of fine tuning and stuff, but you can see that on display, especially in the third section of the battle when it really gets going. So with that, we've got some other stuff coming out that we're going to be making announcements for here very shortly on this channel. Also, we got subs on Kick. How many announcements do I have? We got subs on Kick. Go ahead and sub over there if you haven't already. Or, well, if you want. I mean, that's obviously subs cost money. We need to look into what all that entails and what we need to get put up there for perks and benefits and such. Let's see. Please give us a sub on YouTube. We've actually, like, gotten a little stagnant on YouTube. We haven't seen a new sub for a little while, so I want to get a subathon going over on Kick and YouTube as well. So hopefully we can grow our subscriber count, because we've got so many watch hours. We really appreciate all the watch hours. We just need a bunch more subs to get monetized and help us, you know, fully fund everything, make it a little bit easier on us, and help us get out a little bit more content as well. So with that, I will leave you all to your Saturday. Try and stay cool out there if you've got a heat advisory like I do. I will bid you all adieu, auf Wiedersehen, Gesundheit, and God bless.